I'm just being told now we are ready to rock and or roll. So please, everyone, give a warm, fast as first welcome to the one, the only FocusSight, as they're going to run Sonic Heroes, Team Chaotix Limited Tech Selection. Take it away.
Hello there, hi. My name is FocusSight, or just Focus, you can call me. This is Sonic Heroes, which is actually my childhood Sonic game. Most of you probably know me from running Sonic 06. I think I had that on PS3 as a child and I have vague memories of it, but Heroes was my childhood Sonic game, and so I'm extremely excited today to be running it on its 20th birthday, I believe. Not like exactly this date, but it was released in like late 2003, early 2004. So it's quite old now, but so have we all become old. But anyhow, I am happily here with New as well. If you want to introduce yourself, New, before we get started here.
All right. Hi, I'm New. I am a runner of a lot of different Sonic games. Sonic Heroes is one of my main ones. And if you remember from a couple years ago, I believe in 2022 for Fall Fest, I did a run of Team Sonic LTS for this game for Fast and
You did
Furious.
indeed. Yep, it was 2022. You had that on
Yeah.
the dot. I'm surprised you remember that exactly.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
It has, and this is obviously going to be a different story. We're going to be doing Team Chaotix, who is the best team. I do not take constructive criticism. It is the best team. We're going to be starting from a new file, and because I'm an 06 runner, and we actually have Project 06 later in this exact marathon, I'm going to select number 06 as the save file. I'm just going to get back to the one play, and then to story. We're going to get right here on Chaotix. So, we're going to talk a bit about what LTS, what limited text selection, actually means in the run itself. I think we'll do that in the second stage. But we're going to be starting with Team Chaotix. The main important thing to keep in mind is that this run does go by pretty quickly at points. It has some long stages in Chaotix in particular, but none of them are as long as Team Dark is. So be glad we aren't running that one. Time will start when I select the file here, as soon as I select Team Chaotix, and so we're going to do a countdown in just a bit, and time ends when we do the last hit on Egg Emperor, which is the final boss of Team Chaotix. So, Andy, are we ready?
I think we are ready to go.
Alright then, so everyone, this is first time running Heroes for a Marathon, so let's go in 3, 2, 1, go!
Good luck, good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you. So, Sonic Heroes is, if in a word, jank. That's how I'm going to describe it to start. It's just jank. That's what it is, and it involves these three different formations: speed, power, and flight. A system that has not been returned to in any Sonic game since, which is honestly a bummer because I think it's really interesting. So in Team Chaotix, all the members are actually from the game Knuckles Chaotix. So SBO, Vector, and Charmy are all characters from that game. Wonderful 32X game, which I own somehow. Whoop, I did the wrong thing there. And so your speed character is the one that tends to go fastest. Your power character has some, depending on which one you get, has some interesting physics. Vector can do that. Our flight character can really go high, as you saw there. And you need to use all three of the formations well in order to actually get through Sonic Heroes as a speedrun. So in this game, in this mode in particular, Team Chaotix is the mission mode of the game, effectively. The stories in this game, even though you do have to complete all four, each of them kind of have their own flavor. So Sonic is normal mode, Rose is easy mode, Dark is hard mode, and this is the mission mode. And it's honestly really involved because there's unique objectives for every stage. And in this case, we have to collect 10 hermit crabs. As you can see, I'm going through the stage in wacky and interesting ways. We'll talk more about the tech we do have, because even though this is limited tech selection, it is quite tech-heavy still. That's just what Sonic Heroes is. We should be done the first stage in just a bit. There you go. That's the first stage done and dusted. Seaside Hill. You might have already noticed, I've been doing something called ground excels a lot. They're when I belly flop as Vector, and from there you get a lot of speed if you either press the glide button at the moment you'd land, or if you switch to speed formation and it goes directly into SBO's ground speed. Ocean Palace here. This is actually a quite straightforward stage. It says rescue the Chow, but there's only one Chow, and it's at the end of the stage, so it's just like a goal ring stage. I'm going to throw it off to New here to explain what LTS means and what exactly that gives for us in Chaotix.
Right, so limited tech selection, we like to consider that more of the glitchless mode, even though there's still a bunch of glitches that we do, depending on which team it is. But the main thing with LTS is that we get rid of big level skip tricks. The main one being what is known as a bot boost, which, when done properly, can skip major parts of the stage. We're talking like anywhere from like 30 seconds to like full minutes. But Chaotix, at the very least, only has a few stages that change because of LTS. So it's actually... Oh, this is a little spooky.
What is happening? Come on, get me back up here. Okay.
But just to continue, Chaotix only has a few stages that change. Bot boosts only help in Rail Canyon, and sad to see it. That's not a bad death. Rail Canyon, Casino Park with something known as pinball glitch, or not pinball glitch, pinball launches, and then the last one that changes is Rail Canyon.
Yeah, Chaotix is arguably the least affected by LTS of the three. It's not that dissimilar doing a regular any percent run from... I'm going to be safe here. I'm going to be safe and jump from here.
Yeah, there's a small little skip that you can do with the flight formation, just so that you don't have to go all the way around. Saves a little bit of time. And then we have small little movement mechanics here. That would have been a place where you would have done what is known as the triangle jump, where you can just wall jump between two walls. That comes into play in a few other stages.
And then Vector also has some interesting glide mechanics, as you've been seeing already. These, what are they called? Fans? Forgot what they were for a second. Flowy things. These fans are very commonly, they're used in a lot of different stages. And the power character always has the ability to glide, even when it's like, oh yeah, big, he has an umbrella in this game. Yeah, this stage, a little bit finicky. We got some bad luck with the flight. I was just too low there, but we recovered in decent time. That is the end of Ocean Palace here. It's an unfortunate time loss, but, we make do. Coming up next is the first boss we have in the game, which is Egghawk. So the plot of the game, I guess I can mention the plot. Team Chaotix are part of a private investigation firm, technically, that they made, and they get this piece of mail that just contains a walkie-talkie and nothing else, and they just it says, if you do these things, I will give you lots of money, and it's totally not Dr. Eggman, and they're like, oh, I love money, let's do this, we need rent, we need to pay rent, I need money. Very relatable team we have right here, and so they just go and save everyone because of money.
Actual spirit animals.
So we got the invincibility from the box there, and then we force the boss to lower itself, and then we just go ham as Vector. That's the boss. That's it. Not bad. Not a bad time either. You have to finick around with the camera a little bit. But that is the end of the first section. In my splits, I have it split into the theming of like the stages as a whole. So that's the end of the seaside stages, and that's a pretty good time for Egghawk. And then we're going to go on to the industrial stages. Chaotix is known to have what's called this big three of stages, which are there where the mission mode really gets difficult. And the first one of those is this stage coming up here, Grand Metropolis. So this stage has to defeat all 85 enemies that are in it. 85! You cannot miss a single one, or else you will need to go through the whole stage again. I.e., you'll need to go back to the beginning and figure out which one you missed. We have a strat here to get all of 85 of them, and so it's it's pretty decently long, and we're going to get into how combat works and in particular power-ups. Do you want to take that ahead, New?
Yeah, I will. So, if you see in the top right where all the characters are, you'll see little dots underneath all the character icons. Those represent your levels. There are level power-ups spread out throughout the stage, but for every 5 enemies that you defeat, you get a level up for whichever character that you're not playing as. So, if Focus were to kill an enemy as SPO, then he would get a level up for either Vector or Charmy. We want to pay attention to our levels here because depending on what level you are, you get certain buffs for your teammates that don't just include damage or anything. Charmy at level 2 gets damage to his Thundershoot, which is very good for killing all the robots. And then for SBO, you want level 2 so that the homing attack does the most amount of damage. But also, you want to look for level 3 because SBO's homing attack gets a win property, which is useful in a few spots. Vector actually doesn't really matter for this stage in particular. His attack at level 3 becomes very broken, but it's not really useful since this is like a speed stage. We want to keep moving at all times, and using the powers combo is very slow. But yeah, it's very, very important that we get the level ups that we need. We are looking for level 2 Charmy and level 3 SBO, and it also comes into play in a lot of other stages later on into the run.
Yeah, this is actually pretty good luck overall.
Yeah, we're doing
The
very
best
fine.
luck is technically getting level 2 Charmy right away, but I'll take level 2 SBO. But yeah, it is random, which makes it kind of annoying to go through. One quick thing I'm also going to mention, you might notice, why am I switching to Charmy through Vector? That's because if you swap direct to flight formation from speed formation, as you might think we'd want to do a lot of, you'll actually often have your momentum immediately stopped when Vector gets back into line, because that's just what happens. He like resets everything when you get there, which is not what you want. And so we try to switch through Vector every time we do flight formation. Okay, so yeah, we're going to just do a bit more combat here, and there's not a lot really to speak of for the next minute or so. And if you have anything to mention, any donations to read, or any announcements to make, now's the perfect time.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a donation, $25 from Savage Riz Robe, adding on to the bonus game for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, and they say this bird is donating for the Birdman, Tony Hawk. Let's get the first bonus game met. Just to let you all know, we are at $160 out of our current target for $1,000 for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So if you want to see that happen, type !donate in the chat, and let's get those donations in. And just to let you all know as well that every donation, if you want to, I can also read it out in a Sonic character of your choosing. It could be Sonic, Shadow, or Big the Cat. If you want that, just add in the Sonic character's name, and I'll read that out for you.
Please get some good donations in, folks. I'm curious to see what atrocities you might make Andy read. So yeah, I'm gonna do something here. If I Thundershoot and then swap to the speed character, sometimes it can give you a huge burst of speed, which is advantageous. I didn't quite get it there, but we're getting, we're doing well enough. One of the most finicky things in the entirety of this game is the Rocket Excel. It is a burst of speed that happens when your characters line up, and it doesn't always work consistently. It doesn't matter as much for characters like characters like SP or Sonic or Shadow, who have a kick in place of a like this shuriken, or the worst one, Amy's hammer, which completely kills any momentum she has. So like the best thing to do is to try to get a proper Rocket Excel and then cancel your kick if possible. Also, as you can see, we have level 3 SBO, so we can just homing attack these, which need wind, and just get through. The reason why we do this is so that we can kill these last two without waking them up. And that is the end of Grand Metropolis. Pretty solid time overall, I think. That's a 410, right? 420. Oh, we'll take it. Not bad at all. Now's my favorite stage is coming up. Probably I would say second or third favorite stage. Well, one of my 3 favorite stages in the run is coming up here with Power Plant. And it is very, very, very fun. So it says we need to defeat 3 gold turtle robots. And the first thing we're going to do is actually go to the back here. use Charmy's Sting, which opens these flowers, which teleport you to different locations. This teleports you to near the end of the stage, and you can destroy this one immediately, and then go back in. That's good. From here, you want to use your speed. This has a lot of switching between the formations to use what's most advantageous at that moment. We need height here, so we go to flight, and then we shoot. We switch to power, we immediately destroy, we go back to flight, we go up, we shoot really quickly so we get back on the ground quick. We go to speed so that we can rocket excel, switch to flight so that we can cancel our flight here and go back to speed. There's a lot of really technical but fun switching in this stage, and it's one of my favorites as a result. I always try to aim for, in practice, try to aim for sub 1, and I haven't gotten it. I got 1:00:111. So can we get a sub 1 here? I don't want to give myself false hope. Oh, come on!
No.
Oh. It happens. That's so unfortunate. I was really hopeful there, but that's what I mean when I say Rocket Excel can just be mean sometimes. Like, I didn't do anything wrong there. The game just didn't give me my Rocket Excel. That was a really good stage overall. Even despite it not being sub 1, 105 is incredible, especially with no deaths. All on first try. Now here's quite a funny thing. So we have the Team Dark fight coming up, and there is a consistent method that can be done only on the first try, and I'm going to attempt it, which instantly kills them, or kills them as quick as possible. So I'm going to hold right at 3 seconds. I'm going to switch to my flight formation, and I'm going to jump off like this. They didn't jump off with me. Okay, so the backup here is to just spam Tornado. Come on, Shadow. You want a Tornado? I know you do. Okay. Yeah, the backup there. It's really unfortunate. I nailed everything up to the fact that they just didn't jump. Normally, if you do that strat, they will just jump off, and it will give you like an 8-second time. It's actually faster if you miss this, because we use file time typically, to actually quit the game, reload the save, and then try for it again than it is to do what I did. That's how funky this game can be sometimes. But hey, got through it pretty quickly, and we're on to Casino Park. We are going to go gambling, folks, and we are going to do it by completely destroying the system in the sense that this is supposed to be a luck-based stage, and it is the most skill-based stage in the run because there's no real RNG, as you're going to see and hear in the next little bit. So, sound warning for what's about to come up, because this is going to be loud. We're going to jump in this here. We're just going to shoot. I'm not going to hold a direction. We're going to go up here. I'm going to go down into here. If we jump in as the flight formation and align ourselves perfectly here, we can get the power character stuck, and then we get all the rings we need. Just like that. Again, sound warning. It's loud. That was quick, and it was good, and that is Casino Park for you. Sure is a stage, huh? Pretty good time as well. Winning. I can't stop winning! Impossible feat. That also gave us 2 lives as well, which is quite nice to have in the run. Next up is my one of my other favorite stages, Bingo Highway. Bingo Highway has a lot of fun stuff in it involving SBO's invisibility. As you saw earlier in Grand Metropolis, the invisibility we get as SBO completely removes the other 2 teammates from our control. It makes you only control SBO. And we're going to use that here because we need to collect 10 chips. I got them stuck. I'm sorry, folks. Can't believe I got stuck there. But we're going to use that to our advantage here. So first things first, I'm going to jump off his flight formation, and hopefully I won't get stuck in the middle. That's good. Nice. We're going to use the tornado here to become invisible. There is a chip down here. There was a chip down there. Come on.
Well, maybe we
so
can
the
try
pinball
again.
stages is not fun. Oh, well. Oh, come on, Team Chaotix. That's so funny. So you're supposed to normally get back up there, and then you can, because of the fact that you haven't, pinball in this game is not fun. I'll just say that. Like, pinball in this game can be very annoying sometimes, and we unfortunately got a really bad hand there. Like, just the worst pinball physics I've had. And so that meant we can't do the cool trick that I really liked. But we can do it again here. So we're going to, once again, because we want to use this flower later, we want to collect 2 chips here. 2 of the chips. We can swap to power formation to avoid having to wait on the bumpers there. There's the 4th one. The 5th one is over here. We swap back. We do that. We go up to flight in order to sting the flower. And we get through right here. 6th one is up to come on. 6th one is up into our right here. We're going to use SBO's invisibility one last time here to jump, homing attack, and then land on the 7th. Once we're back in power formation, we could swap back to speed in order to bring the SBO back from the pinball table. Honestly, all in all, this isn't too bad. Just unfortunate that we got... I was right on top of the puck, or the chip, and it just didn't go. So we're going to get the 9th one there, and then the 10th one here. We're going to go up. I'm going to roll as SBO to avoid getting hit. Huh? Thank you, game. And that is Bingo Highway. As I told you at the beginning of this game is jank. And it can give you really, really unfortunate situations sometimes, as we just saw. And speaking of unfortunate situations, New, do you want to talk about this next fight?
Yeah. So we're moving on to the 3rd type of boss fight in this game, which is wave fights. Chaotix is known for having the hardest version of these because they have some of the hardest enemy formations, and their Team Blast sucks because Team Blast is timed with in-game time. It goes to the foul timer, and they have the longest Team Blast in the game. So all of these waves, you want to avoid Team Blasting as much as possible. But with the level up system, we want to get very specific level ups, so we might get put in situations where we have to Team Blast either way, so it can lose a lot of time. What we're looking for with Carnival is we want to have ideally level 2 Charmy first, level 3 SBO around halfway into the fight, and then level 3 Vector nearing the last couple waves. And because of fun RNG mechanics with the level ups being 50-50 between any character, that can just not happen sometimes. We're looking good on SBO level so far. I was
going to say, we also got Charmy level 2, which only has a 25% chance of happening.
Yeah. We don't need any more Charmy level ups, so that level 3 is a little unfortunate, but we're still doing good here. We would want to see some power levels kinda soon, but we do have level 3 SBO now, so we're actually all set up for what is going to be the Turtle Wave later, where we definitely want the win property, or else we're gonna have to Team Blast, because fighting turtles sucks. This is not looking good for power levels, but we still definitely have enough time to get what we need. Fun fact with that wave, if you don't kill them all at the same time, the birds go outside of where you're able to attack them, so you have to wait for them to fly back in, which is also very fun. And this is why we needed level 3 SBO, so that we could actually homing attack those bots. It's kind of looking like we're gonna have to Team Blast later on this wave, because we just didn't get the power levels we needed, which is unfortunate, but it happens. So we're gonna wait for these birds to fly in, and then when everyone's in the arena, Team Blast.
Sound warning question mark? It's not a good sound, but that's how they attack with their music. Also, shoutouts to that one invisible spawning shoutouts to that one invisible spawning I forget what they're called. The egg. They're egg something. Everything is egg something if it's an Eggman enemy in this game. The floaty guys. I almost died there. I saw it, I was like, oh!
Yeah.
That's Robot Carnival, folks. Yeah, some unfortunate luck so far in this run, but hey, we still got a lot more of the run left, and I'm feeling positive about the rest of it. So I say that right before we start my least favorite stage in the entire game, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. I believe. I believe, folks. I'm putting my thumbs up, even though it's not appearing on my model. This is Rail Canyon. Rails in Sonic Heroes are notoriously the most jank thing in the entire game, I would argue. They function somehow. It's not great. I'm gonna hold the B button and rapidly I've lost my ability to say words. Rapidly switch between power and speed formation. That gets us to max speed at the quickest time. When on the rails during certain turns, you're going to need to hold left and right at different amounts. You can jump off with neutral stick to get a full proper jump, but if you jump off holding a direction, you're going to be flung, and that can be all kinds of jank. We're going to do something called a glide here. Basically, with certain properties, with the power character formations, if you get certain gravities or speed amounts, you're able to convert that into your glide and use it to skip large sections of the stage. That was the that's a thunder shoot that went really quite far. Now I'm gonna need to concentrate here, so I'm gonna let Niu talk about what we do for the rest of the stage after I've done this. So go ahead, Niu.
Yeah, so with the rails, we get a lot of speed, which allows us to make some jumps that you wouldn't expect to. In this section in particular, you're supposed to go all the way down and like go through some flowers and stuff, but that's slow. So we actually just jump in a way that gets us all the way to the top of this section, and then just jump around to this little platform, which just skips a lot of like flower things and fighting enemies. And then this section here, we get another look into some of the fun abilities with Chaotix, where SBO's invisibility doesn't just keep him from being seen, he can actually pass through laser gates, because for some reason that just doesn't hurt him when he's invisible. I don't know how that works, but you know. And yeah, if you take this cannon as flight, you just go all the way up, don't have to go through the bottom route, and then we're left with this long section of just fun rail mechanics of just leaning to conserve our speed, and then this long section that's just kind of a visual effect thing. So to be honest, if our host has any quick donations that he wants to read out, go ahead.
Sure do. I've got quite a few to read out. We first got $25 from Ian Keefe, adding to the bonus game, saying, "I'm gonna die if I don't eat bonus game." That's how that works, right? We also
I don't think sushi and bonus game are the same thing, but you could try to eat both. I don't know how you could eat Tony Hawk. I don't know if I recommend it.
Very carefully.
Eat a skateboard. There you go. That works. $74.
My heart just stopped. Go on.
$74 from Fraz Bright. No comment, but they added to the Big the Cat story incentive. Thank you very much indeed, Fraz. Side Angle CJ with $2. Say just a little donation going towards a Big Cat trans race. We also have $14 from Pods, saying, "Turns out I may have dropped my money from gambling in Balatro earlier. Let's make it to 5K to be financially responsible, shall we?" And then $20 from Diamond, no comment, but they also added to the bonus game as well. Thank you all so much for that. And just to let you know, thanks to the incredible generosity of our Fastest First community, we are thrilled to offer a different assortment of prizes, as well as a unique grand prize for each day throughout the event. On day 2, cumulative donations of at least $50 during the stream will automatically qualify you to win our day 2 grand prize, a giant Cavendish Balatro Pierre, sorry, I'm getting the names wrong on that. Donated by the Scuba Puppets. It's Balatro, it's huge, it's a banana. What more do you want? It's wonderful. This perler is 18 inches long, 13.5 inches wide, and features one of the community's favorite jokers. Additional prizes are available as well if you make a single donation of at least $25. For full list of prizes available each day, use the command !prizes in chat. So if you donated already, donate more to get into that $50 grand prize donation.
Thank you so much. What you didn't hear there was how much I was losing my mind, because if you get hit in flight formation in the air, you don't regain regular flight. You just get one jump. So
yeah, we were very close to a very scary death.
We'll take it. We'll take it. It's Sonic Heroes, folks. Woo!
Sonic Heroes
Station.
Woo!
Bullet Station. Also, Shadow Generation shout out for returning this stage for some reason. I don't know why they chose these two. because frankly they're my least favorite in all of Heroes. We have to destroy 30 of these capsules. There are more than 30 in the stage, but we need to just destroy 30 of them. And so we need to do that with the power formation for all of them, pretty much. And so there's a lot of interesting routing here. We start off by doing this lower section here, which has a total of 7. And the camera can be weird here, so I'm just going to be safe before I jump in back here. Get up to the rails here. I'm just going to take the dash panel just because I don't want to die after what happened in Rayo Canyon. We can do a quick little physics exploit just for fun right there. It's a cute little thing. Just going to go with flight here so that I can avoid having to take too much damage. We can go through here. We can jump off with speed. At least I thought we could. I'll just do flight just to be safe. Well, thanks, game. Back to flight here to get over to this area. Flight also has the interesting ability to like hit switches like this if you... Wow. I can't believe that was too early. I've never gotten it too early there. Flight has the interesting ability alongside power. If you touch like switches with the side characters, with the non-formation characters, you can also just get them to activate it. But the other thing is that you can just also like rocket excel, and it'll get all 3 of the switches usually, as we just saw there. I'm gonna switch to flight formation here because the death plane is really low or really high here for some reason. I'm then gonna do a boost here to allow me to switch to ground excel here. Through here are 2 more we need to destroy. And then I can fall here, get 2 more. Swap to flight before jumping in so that all your guys will be in the right area. Did we get good luck? No! We got bad luck! This is what this run is like for us right now. And then we have this little section here where we're constantly fidgeting in the air after being shot out of a cannon. There's another bit of like 20-30 seconds if you have any other announcements you want to make, Andy.
Yes, so just to let you all know that, yeah, if you keep the donations going, if you donate throughout the event and get over to $50, you'll be able to get the grand prize. And also just to let you know that we still have to keep going for our bonus game incentive. We do have the Big the Cat Story incentive, that's still going, but we also have the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 incentive. We are $246 out of 1,000. Let's keep going, and let's get Borden.
Thank you so much, Andy. Ooh. This stage can be very, very nerve-wracking for someone like me who has just really started to learn Sonic Heroes not too long ago. I'm going to take it safe and do this instead. Shoot over here. And we can go over to the flight. There's a really cool thing with some of these walls in that they're kind of your attacks can go through them, as we just saw there. I was able to get one that's technically hidden behind there, usually with the switch, but I don't need the switch if I have a crocodile. We can get one here. And then we can flight formation. Notice that SBO is level 3. That's really good here because we don't want to waste time with having to do a whole tornado, so we can just homing attack there. Then go through here by holding if we roll as SBO, it gives us some invincibility frames, which can be useful. There is a really high death plane here as well, which is why we want to be careful. I'm going to roll off as SBO. And then over here are our last 4. There we go. That's Bullet Station for you. Yeah, so far, I mean, other than some really unfortunate luck, this run's been pretty solid. I would say for the most part. And we get on to, I think, what is one of the more fun bosses in the game. Which isn't saying much, because I don't think many bosses are fun in Sonic speedruns, to be honest. 06 definitely doesn't have fun bosses, I'll say that much. But Egg Albatross actually has some really neat tech. There is a rubber banding that Egg Albatross uses, and we can use it in order to go back and forth and make it... make the boss come to us when we normally would have to just go... If we just kept on holding forward, it eventually would have to go through a rail section, and then eventually we could attack it again. There's this really cool set of ground excels we can do, and then neutral sticks to avoid getting damaged, where we can do ground excel, hold over, and then when the thing comes over, I can just do that. We can ground excel again, and I can get up to it again and destroy it. That's the first phase. So for the second phase, I'm going to want to hold back. Vector. Okay, so we're not getting the best timing, unfortunately, here. But, oh, come on, man. If we hover... I was really worried I fell off there. We're gonna go right back. We're gonna do one single fire dunk, and the boss is done. Pretty decent time. Sorry, I was reacting a bit too much. So the second phase, you want to ground excel forward and try to get on the edge of it without holding any sort of stick, because if you hold any sort of direction on the stick, what happens is that you'll take damage, which is bad, obviously. And so I had some finicky moments there, let's say, but overall it came out pretty well. Anything sub 50 is good in my opinion. So 47, we're right in there. Next up is Frog Forest. Oh, I forgot I could skip that cutscene. Whoops. Good thing it doesn't add anything to the file time. So this is Frog Forest. We love frogs here in Fastest Furs, as we should. Frog Forest, you want to avoid the frogs, though. That if they detect you, you have to restart the stage from a checkpoint. So there's this little glide I can do here to get over there. I'm glad I got that first try, because normally I don't. Yeah, there's a frog at our top left, for instance. We want to avoid it by just jumping around here with flight formation, and then we're going to grind for a little bit. And then hold this, jump off with flight. Be careful here, because the camera can recenter behind you, and that's no bueno. Fall here, speed formation for a bit. And then just to take it safe, because I don't feel like losing a life again. We're going to go to flight formation for that. There's not a lot happening in this part, so if there's any donations, you have about 20-30 seconds to mention something.
Sounds good. We have just raised $5,000. We've made it to 5K.
Ooh, let's go.
We have a $25 donation from Pseudo that says, Sonic, I'm trying to fish for Froggy. We then also have $200 from Zeal11284 that says, doing my part to help some of the sweetest beans I know. And they are both added into the Big the Cat story, which is now 69 dollars away from reaching that target. And then $75 from Lieber, who adds to the Tony Hawk bonus game and says, Sonic Heroes.
Wow, 200, that's incredible. Also, some of you, I should have really done Team Rose, which has Big in it. Some of you need to select Vector as a voice, just saying. Putting that out there as for my other Sona, which is a Shark Gator, please do that. Yeah, this is pretty solid time overall. You can see we're skipping big sections with flight formation after building up speed and then using the momentum on the rail, putting it into our flight formation and then using that to skip big chunks of the stage. SBO is invisible, as you could see. He will not be detected by frogs, which is, I guess, what spies do. Yeah, so the last part here is just a bunch of platforming, but these are deceptive. Sometimes they can be mean and not much like the vines in Sonic 06. They can sometimes just not actually give you the height that you need and just drop you and like you die, which is not fun. But pretty solid Frog Forest overall. I think that was the gold. We'll take that. And then we got on to Lost Jungle, which is it's the third of my trifecta of stages Focus really likes. We had Power Plant, we had Bingo Highway, and now we have Lost Jungle. We need to rescue Ten Chow. There is something in common with pretty much all the stages that I mentioned, and that is you have some really cool sequence breaks, and the first one is right here. So right here, we're going to start off by destroying some enemies. We're going to get the Chow here. A second Chow here. A third Chow here. This is the end of the stage normally. So we're actually sequence breaking using the flower, because there's nothing saying we can't go backwards in a flower. That wasn't in the rulebooks. It's the Airbud situation of Sonic Heroes. And then I'm going to go down here. I'm going to get some rings just to be safe. We're going to destroy this enemy. Sixth one here. I'm going to be safe here. You can normally use a, what's it called? A Rocket Excel, which expands your hitbox in order to do that. And we die, and now we're at the beginning of the stage. But notice we have 7 Chow. So we just need to get 3 more. And the 3 more we're going to get are right here at the beginning, fortunately. instead of using the spring, we can just jump on top and then flight formation up. Right here, we're gonna do flight formation. That's an ILPB. We'll take that. We'll take
Nice.
that by
Very
3
good.
seconds too. That's actually a very good IL. 103.21 is very good. Yeah, no, solid time there. It's a very fun stage because it has a lot of, you know, unexpected routing, and it's just fun. And as you can see, it's fun when you go fast. So this is Team Rose. Oh, here's Big. I forget, we do see Big in this story. This is even funnier than Team Dark, because this one is pretty consistent on GameCube. GameCube has the notches on the controller. I'm just gonna hold left. There you go. That's it. It's Team Rose, baby.
Ta-da!
See, when you saw Big, I was just gonna be like, "Hey, that's me!"
Hey, that's me. Oh!
Ah!
There we go. Yeah, that's the fight. It's way easier than Team Dark, isn't that? It's just holding the direction constantly, and that's it. Grr. Up next is Hang Castle. This would have been perfect if Fall Fest was held in October, but this is like it's like a theme that only is in Sonic Heroes Halloween stage, right? I feel like that's such a otherwise like you got Pumpkin Hill, you got the ones from SA2, and then you have these ones from Heroes, and it's just like we're not gonna do a Halloween anymore. We're gonna instead make a Halloween movie for Sonic Unleashed. Sega is such an interesting company. I love them.
And that's one of the best movies, so we're not going to talk shade on that one.
I'm sorry. Is it better than both the modern movies?
I'd say so. It's got Chip, and I love that guy.
So we're gonna do
That's
another
all I
rocket
need.
here. And then I'm gonna switch to flight formation to get the first key. So this is to collect 10 keys. We have a trick at the end of the stage, which is new. Well, at least it's not new, because I actually tried doing it to recover from Ocean Palace, but it did not work in Ocean Palace. So we'll get to that when we talk to it. I'm going to ask you on the fly right here, because I'm actually not sure, new. LTS doesn't bar clipping through doors, does it?
It does not, which actually in this stage, if you're playing on a real top end like Katie, who does a lot of clips that even I don't do, there are a lot of door clips in this stage and in the next stage specifically.
For this stage, I know the one door clip. Let's try for it, just because why not? I practiced it and I just thought, I wasn't sure if it wasn't part of LTS. Charmy, you could stop stinging. Oh my gosh, why did Charmy sting 3 times? Okay, so yeah, there is a key here. You could do a ground excel into a shuriken jump. Shuriken jump is a technique which we might see later. There's one I try for, but this one is too long of a distance for me to do it safely in a marathon. And so I'm just going to jump over here. Switch here to unlock the key up there, which weirdly doesn't appear until you reverse the gravity. Now it's here. Don't ask me why. Ground excel here. Then jump, homing attack, and there. I'm gonna try for this. Why not? We're getting close. Oh!
Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, when they're doing that effect, you can tell. I'm just gonna do the. I tried. I'm just going to do the regular way then, which would be to get these and then that. But obviously clipping through first try would be faster. Speaking of Rocket Excel, the advanced hitbox, the extended hitbox allows for that. Gonna get the thing here. So can you talk about this exploit we're gonna try for us new?
All right. So a funny property with Vector is that for whatever reason, his head has area you can stand on. He's the only power character that lets you do that, and because of how flight works, as you see there, you reset whenever you land. So if you land on top of Vector's head by shooting him off, then you just get your flight reset, and that lets you bypass the flight cap that happens whenever your flight excels. So we can just skip having to hit the gravity switch, which is really neat.
Thank you very much, New. And here's the last of the trifecta of stages. So we mentioned one of them earlier was Grand Metropolis. The other one was Bullet Station. I actually didn't mention Bullet Station was the other one in the trifecta, but I think you saw from how much Bullet Station was. It's pretty long. The last of these is Mystic Mansion, and possibly the most infamous. So Mystic Mansion is a stage. I'm going to line up here with one of the bats, and if that's done properly, it should get both of them. Oh, it did. Nice. That's not always consistent. It's very precise, as is a lot of stuff in Mystic Mansion. So if I do this right, we need to destroy this enemy, and then we need to get this target up here. We're looking for exactly 3 power-ups for SBO. So please, game, I've been gambling all throughout this. I would like you to be nice. You weren't nice. Oh,
No.
So we're gonna have to do more of these, which means that please get your donations in because we're going to have to do this throughout an entire hallway. Sonic Heroes. Yeah, there's a decent amount of RNG within these things. So also, we forgot to mention the checkpoints. Depending on which character you're in the checkpoint, will give you whatever that formation is in terms of an additional level up. So we normally would need 1 from luck and then the rest from the checkpoints here to get 3 by the second checkpoint. But unfortunately, we did not quite get that. So once again, we're going to go through here. Tornado, tornado, ding. I also try to throw off the other enemies or the other teammates here because it's hard to land with Vector's huge hitbox, which can make it quite annoying. We're going to go up here. We're going to switch to flight formation to get some height. And then we have this long hallway, which would be way easier if we had level 3, because level 3, you have the power of wind in your homing attack, so you can just homing attack all of them. But because we have level 2, it means I have to do this. And because of that, Andy, buddy, got any good voices for me?
Oh, I might have one for you. We got $50 donation from Rashawn Dragoness that says, to all my trans and trans ally friends, remember you are loved, valid, and not a burden. Also, happy 5K. Yes, thank you so much for that. We are almost halfway there to 6K now, which is absolutely incredible. We have $20 from Dallas that says, go focus and trans rights added to the Big the Cat story. And then Anonymous with $69, and I'm sorry, Focus, this isn't the vector that you wanted. It's the only one I could do, but find a nice computer room.
Well, thank you, Gruntilda. I messed up. No.
Oh, more tornadoing. We.
I sought to Vector. Oh, I sought to Vector. That's just hilarious. After Vector was in the donation.
I am so sorry.
It's okay. It's just funny that I forgot to do the one I needed to. I think there's another checkpoint up here, if I recall.
Are you cool if I read out one more donation?
Sure.
Awesome. Fox in the Fedora coming in with $200 for the bonus game. So just to let you know, the Big the Cat storyline has been met, and we are over halfway through Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. We are $571 away from the $1,000 goal. So if you can, get those donations in. Let's get some Tony Hawk's Pro Skater action.
This sure is ever since I missed that one check, this has gone into limbo. That's okay. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you accidentally get the checkpoint as the wrong character. Oh, I don't know if there is another checkpoint. I know where it is. It's just far. And as you can see, missing level 3 takes a lot out of you. We're gonna actually use Team Blast here. And Team Blast for Team Chaotix is also actually gambling, because it gives you a random amount of rings for each enemy you destroy with it. Which can sometimes lead to so many rings appearing on screen that you actually, it like overflows and wraps back around, which is quite funny. Oh gosh, I will never miss that checkpoint again. This is like punishment now. I've been punished.
Learning experience.
It's funny that it happened in a marathon, I guess. I'm just gonna use power formation here to be safe. Here we go. So now there's this strat. Normally you can actually try to go across this room in a meaningful manner. Also, it's really funny I get it here when, in fact, I normally tornado those for safety. This is a strat you can do. Oh, come on. So yeah, you can see we can just do that instead. The strat, I forget what it's called. I forget. Do you remember the name, you, for that one?
We call both of those the wholesome strat.
The wholesome strat. Yeah, I don't know why it's called wholesome strat. It just I'm not that privy to it. But it's very easy because then you can just you can start on those rails and you'll get to the areas you need, even if it's not the most quick. And then we had the last 4. There are exactly 60, by the way. It's not like some of the other ones where it's like, oh, you can kind of miss a few and do the most optimal. This one has exactly 60. In the same way that there are exactly 85 enemies. I think there are more than 40 capsules though in the Bullet Station. And next up, I'm a Robot Wasp. If you don't know, hi, this is my Robot Wasp Fox. I love him very much. I designed him myself. The model is made by Pixels with a Z. That's the username. I love robots, but I hate the robot stages. So I'm going to throw it over to Niu yet again for another robot boss and some of the specific strats that we have to do here.
Yeah, so this is in some ways harder than the other one, mostly just because you can't actually fall off here. There's no barrier keeping you in the stage, unlike Carnival. You can fall off, and this is a multi-stage fight, which optimally takes 3 minutes. And if you die 2.5 minutes in, you have to restart the entire thing. So we want to be very careful here. The level ups come into play again. We are looking for level 2 Charmy fairly quick, which we already have, and then by the 3rd platform, which the first platform's about to end here, we want to have level 3 Vector, which we already have. That's amazing. That's basically perfect RNG.
So 2 stages that are meant to be the most annoying RNG give us perfect RNG, and the ones that don't... This has been a reverse Sonic Heroes run, folks. Go on, Niu, though. So,
all right, yeah.
What are we doing in each of these?
Yeah, so we're thunder shooting all the enemies as they fall down. They all like to spawn up top, where you can't see them. So thunder shooting there was good. We also have these flying enemies and the wizards, which are very annoying because they have a healing property. So we want to kill them all as quickly as possible. They're just going to keep healing each other over and over again and make that wave super long. This is the 3rd platform here, which is where we want to have level 3 Vector, because level 3 Vector has the Bubblegum, which throws out lasting hitboxes across the entire stage that do a poop ton of damage. So it's very good for these fights, and especially this next wave coming up, because we have the Hammer Bots, Titan enemies, whatever you want to call them. They have a lot of health, 30 damage, so we really want to have level 3 Vector to kill them as quick as possible, because level 2 doesn't have the lasting hitboxes and the attack does less damage. So especially for a wave like this, it can get very scary very fast, because they'll all just group up on you and you can get hit twice out of swapping on accident. It's kind of scary. This wave here, we just want to thunder shoot all the bots. Small chance that your teammates get hit, and then you have to wait, but it looks like we're doing good. And then on this next wave, you see that cannon over there. The game expects you to take that to shoot off at these enemies, but just doing this little ground excel over to the speed rings once all the enemies are spawned in, just lets us thunder shoot all of them and makes that wave a lot quicker. And yeah, this brings us to the final wave of this platform, and basically the end of the fight, because after this one, we actually have a situation where Team Blast is just faster because of the amount of enemies that are here and the type of enemies, because we have the hammer robots that have the helmet on them. And because of how they work, where you have the hitbox only active on the top of their head once you blow off their cap, which makes them really annoying to fight. So it actually is just faster to team blast here. And because of what Focus mentioned last stage, where you get a bunch of rings actually go to your total for team blast meter, which instantly lets us team blast again because of the rings that we have. And yeah, that's basically the end of Storm.
This is what the 99% of people who don't finish Team Chaotix, this is what they miss out on, getting 273 rates from two things. So yeah, that was a solid time. 311 is actually pretty good, but most of that came down to just getting good luck. I had some issues with my execution, particularly with some of the areas, but that ground excel into flight jump was perfect. I like that. That went well. And we got the last set of stages here, the aircraft stages. So time will be coming up at the end of the next boss. So we are approaching the end of the run. I don't think we're on PB pace, unfortunately, just some unfortunate starts. But we should still have a very solid run that should be underestimate, which is what we want in the end. This is Egg Fleet. We need to infiltrate the flagship without being detected by enemies. And also there's a typo in this where there goes into space after an ellipses, and it irritates me. There should be a space there, and I see it every time I'm on this stage as a former video game localizer. And it irritates. There it is again! It's Eggman's true weapon to me. But anyhow, Egg Fleet. So this is quite a fun stage when it goes well. Which could be said about most of Sonic Heroes, I suppose. So we're going to do a few glides here, at least attempt a few, in order to bypass a big section of enemies. Didn't quite get there, so I'm going to go flight. They are very not good at detecting you. So, like, their line of sight is not great. Except for one enemy who can see you from well above where you're supposed to be normally seen. We're going to do a nice little power glide here over to this area. And then up to here to get this rail. Gonna flip over to Espio, and I'm gonna try for a non. Oh, I couldn't get it. That's okay. It's pretty safe to do that one because you get it right after a checkpoint. So I always go through that one. We're gonna get through the lasers here. We're gonna go up here. We're gonna roll off. It's actually faster to roll off than it is to. Okay. Faster to roll off than it is to actually go through the jump panel, which is kind of funny. Get another set of enemies, but again, they can't really see us that well. Only MGS was this easy. We're gonna go through Sting this flower here. Vector, we have another fan coming up, so we're gonna go ahead and bubblegum glide. Land here. There are no enemies in this third door. There's just a set of lasers, and they do not count towards getting detected. I've also, you might have noticed, as I'm going up as Charmy, what I'm doing is I am shooting before I do another hover, because that allows you to get both of your sidekicks out at that point, which for Charmy can allow you to get to places you wouldn't be able to get to otherwise. We're going to do another glide here. Up to here. We'll take that. That was almost very scary with the way the homing attack went there, but we'll take that. A pretty solid Egg Fleet. I think this is also a gold, maybe. By literal, like, centiseconds. But we'll take it.
Gold to gold.
It could have been way a better gold if I just didn't homing attack by accident there. Alright, so next up is Final Fortress, which is the final main stage, fittingly. We're trying to find the keys to the cell where the client is locked up, which is, in our case, Dr. Eggman. Oh, I'm sorry, spoilers. But, in fact, the funny voice is Dr. Eggman. And in order to get to him, we need to collect 5 keys, which, again, some of the missions are repetitive, but I think they're, as someone who spent so much time doing, like, all gold medals in 06, where that's a category with a lot of cool routing, I like it. I like it a lot. Neo and I were talking the other day about, like, the kinds of missions we both like, and it feels like the missions that I like are the missions you does not like. But we'll take those. I was gonna say that looked like it would get hit. So we're gonna use Team Blast one last time, right here, because yet again we have another powerful enemy. And if we do this right, we just do it here. The helmet enemies are so big, we can't get the key without hitting this enemy. And then we have the key right in front of us here. I'm gonna. Okay, let's get the key this time. Let's go over to here. I usually jump off here, and then I try to get some speed. I try to, but I think I won't be able to. I think I'll just make it. We'll take those. Use the speed, and then I want to switch and do this. Oh, come on. I want to use flight formation here because I want to stop when we're near the top and use the flight to get to the last key, which is right here. And there you go. That's our final stage, Final Fortress, folks. And then we just have the final boss of the game left, which is Egg Emperor. So this run has been fun. I wouldn't say it's gone amazingly, but it's been fun. It's one of those things where sometimes heroes giveth and heroes taketh. Again, the best things we had were the stages I expected to go the worst, because if they were all luck-based. Oh my god, I can play battle mode?! This happens every time.
Ooh.
So, I just hype it up needlessly. Next up is Egg Emperor. This is our final boss. Time stops when the, when we have completely, when the timer stops and the health is completely, is emptied. I'm forgetting the word right now because I'm too busy thinking about, other things. I'm too busy thinking about other sentences Big could say in the donations. So, Egg Emperor, pretty simple. We talked about this entire run how absolutely powerful Stage 2 Charmy is with Thundershoot giving you, actual damage. That is pretty much all we're getting here. We're getting Stage 2 Thundershoot by aligning ourselves like this, letting the missiles go through, hitting here.
No.
Sonic Heroes. Yeah, we're not going to get sub-hour, but we're still going to be well under estimate. We're going to switch to power formation here so we can get Charmy to go through there, get the tower up, and then we're going to just shoot Egg Emperor. I'm going to spin my controller around. I'm going to hit forward, and then one more. There we go, time.
GG.
That's actually right before an hour. It's 1:00:03 on my end. So that's Sonic Heroes, folks. That's actually a really good time if we didn't have to die. If we didn't die. But that is Sonic Heroes. That is Sonic Heroes Team Chaotix limited text selection. Your first run's always going to be a memorable one. And this sure was a run, but I feel pretty happy with how it went. We showed off some pretty cool tricks. We had some pretty funny hiccups, and yeah, that's Sonic Heroes, folks. Normally, if I were doing this to verify it's a PB, I don't think it is, because we're 1 minute and 46 seconds off of my RTA. And so usually RTA is kind of parallel with IGT, but not fully. We'd have to watch the entirety of this final cutscene and the entirety of the credits, which, by the way, has the best theme in the entirety of Sonic existence because of Team Chaotix! We love it. It's a amazing way to usually end a run, but because we are obviously in a marathon, I'm recording this to get the IGT. I can give it to Andy at the end when I'm done on my end in the middle of SADX, but I want to implore people, keep donating. Keep supporting trans rights, because trans rights are human rights, and they always will be. Don't let anyone take away your rights, because you all are super valid and always will be. And thank you for having me. Again, if you're interested in Sonic speedruns or the like, you can follow me on twitch.tv/FocusSight. Go support New at twitch.tv/NewSR, right? Is that correct?
Yep,
I forget if
that's
there's an
correct.
underscore.
No, there's no underscore.
Okay, New SR. Thank you for commentating with me, New. You did a great job. It was a fun
you.
run. I think it wasn't amazing, but we had fun with it. And thank you, Andy, for being a wonderful warming host. And keep it up. Keep up this energy as we go into SADX. Thank you, everyone.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Everyone, give all the love and support to New and Focus for the Sonic Heroes Team Chaotix run. Alright. Hope you all enjoyed the first of 3 Way Past Cool Sonic runs. We actually got ourselves, as we were going through to the tail end of that run, we got a donation, $50 from Sonic Mega, adding into the bonus incentive. And they say, you can call it a donation. I call it job insurance. Let's get that Tony Hawk Pro Skater bonus game incentive met so I can host just a little bit longer. How could, best of both worlds. You get an extra game and you get Sonic Mega a little bit longer hosting. That, I think, is way past cool. And just to let you all know that we are at, for the bonus incentive of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, we are at 621, funny number, $621 at the current amount. The target is at 1,000. We are so close. I know we can get there. I believe in you. ! Donate. Get those donations in. And we are just going to take a quick little break. So get yourself some snacks, refreshments, get them stretch them leggies out, and we'll see you in a bit. You are watching Fastest Furs as we are raising money for Trans Lifeline for the Fastest Furs Fall Festival. We are just getting ourselves ready for the next run, which is going to be Sonic Adventure DX, one of my favorite games, so I am really looking forward to this. Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. It's going to be the small stories, Knuckles, Amy, and Gamma, but we're also including Big the Cat. Hey, that's me. I'm going to be including Big on that. That's going to be run by Rizuru. So get ready for some Sonic Adventure action. I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to it? Let's get some hypes in the chat right now. Just to let you know that during these donations, because it's the Sonic block, if you would like me to read out a donation of either one of these three Sonic characters, you could make me read out a donation as Sonic. You can make me read out a donation as Shadow the Hedgehog. Or me, Big the Cat, with my Poliwag pal, Froggy. If you want me to read out a donation on any of those three characters, when you type in your donation message, just type in Sonic, Shadow, or Big with your message, and I'll read it out to you in one of those characters. Lumi and You says, Big the Cat on stream? You're gosh dang right, Lumi. Big the Cat. Also, just to let you all know, Team Fastest Furs wants you to know that all revenue from Twitch subscriptions and cheered bits received during this weekend's event will support our events now and into the future, including our upcoming Fastest Furs Live at FWA 2025 event, which will be returning to Furry Weekend Atlanta next year. Please consider subscribing now to get our Fastest Furs emotes featuring the always adorable PB the Cheetah. And don't forget to check and see if you have your free Twitch Prime Gaming sub available too. We just got given a $5 donation from CC, adding into the bonus game of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Thank you very much, CC. They say, I see a lot of silly gooses in chat. Can we get a $5 honk train for Tony Hawk? Now that sounds like a great idea to me, CC. Let's get a $5 dono hype train going for the honks. And whilst we are still getting set up for the next run, I just want to shout out one of our sponsors. Team Fastest Furs is proud to welcome Dragon Roast Coffee as our event sponsor for Fall Fest 2024. Dragon Roast Coffee is a dedicated coffee for gamers and the gaming community. Their small, passionate team puts their hearts into roasting coffee to order, and each batch is roasted with the mythical heart of Dragonfire, infusing a touch of enchantment in every sip. Use the command !coffee in chat for a link to their website, dragonroast.coffee. While shopping, enter the promo code FALLFEST, that's all one word, FALLFEST, at checkout for 10% off your order. Plus, for each 12-ounce bag of coffee purchased, Dragon Roast Coffee will donate $5 directly to Trans Lifeline. What a awesome deal is that? You get 10% off your order, and if you order a 12-ounce bag of coffee, Dragon Roast Coffee will also donate $5 directly to Trans Lifeline. Are you a coffee drinker? Do you love some of that energy juice? Well, get yourself some coffee at dragonroast.coffee. We are getting some more donations coming in right now. $25 from Lightning saying, Froggy? No, Goose. Best of luck with your run, Risu. And thanks to the organizers for such a great event. Thank you very much, Lightning. We also have a $35 donation from Anonymous. No message, but thank you very much, Anonymous. Much love to you. And RB coming in with a $20 donation. All three of these donations are for the bonus game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. So thank you very much for keeping that going. Let's keep that train going. RB says trans rights are human rights, and I want to see 1, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, one of the most replayed games of all time, and 2, and to read this message in Shadow's voice. I'll be your number 1 with a bullet, a loaded guard complex. Suck it and pull it. Yeah. Thank you very much, RB. Love a little bit of the Fallout Boys reference there. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Could you imagine? Could you imagine just maybe we just need who would love to hear Shadow sing a full Fallout Boy song? Wouldn't that be amazing? RB says, "Why, yes, I do. Does McLocals serve coffee?" Well, just between you and me, RB, that we do. That we do.